I happen to be a craft beer lover. Some people even call me a beer nerd. So when I came across this particular one, I thought there was going to be a lot of good information in here, but I found it really difficult to look at and wasn't really sure how to navigate it easily. Let's take a look at some of the things we can do to clean this up and make it a lot simpler for people to understand the key points. First thing is the title is right in the middle, and we've got these two images. So I'd bring those all up to the top and just put them going across as a way to start this. The other big problem I have is it's very jarring. There are many little dashboards or charts in here, and they're visually not aligned. So if you look here, it goes down, and these are not lined up. So your eye is just going all over the place, and it's quite uncomfortable. Now let's talk about a few simple things we could do to clean this up. There's an idea called working inside out, which means you start from the core of what you're trying to do and then work your way out towards the edges of the visual and then focus on how you make those elements more usable. So let's take a couple of quick things here. First of all, each of the titles can be eliminated because you've already stated what they are. So for here, it says states and state. Here it says breweries and name and so forth. So we can get rid of that, which helps to improve the data to ink ratio. One other simple thing to do is to make sure that it's easy to see all the information. So you could just expand these couple of columns and it would be a lot easier to understand what was going on. Also, I was struck by it says top 10 breweries, and in this chart there's only 5. There's a lot going on here, and one of the things that is a big problem that we've covered in some of the others is the use of color. So here we're talking about style, then number of beers, IBUs, then IBUs by style. Then over here you've got some yellows and some of the browns as well. You can't reuse the same color for different meanings. It goes against some basic principles of data visualization. So you've got to pick different colors or possibly just not use colors at all in some of these places. So instead of these gradients, just use bar charts, and maybe for one of the key charts, then you use the gradients if you really want it to stand out and add some color to your design. On this bubble chart, I'm not a fan of bubble charts. It's really fairly useless because the only way to get information out of it is if you put your mouse over one of the circles, which of course takes a long time and goes against what you're trying to do, which is make it simple to use. Here they say it's average ABU and IBU per style. So I might do an XY plot of some sort instead. And that way you could get a comparison, which is what they're trying to do, and see if there are any particular outliers. A couple other things to wrap this up. Instead of a tree map over here, they should probably use some kind of bar chart because I have no idea what's going on in here. I'm assuming that there's 50 little rectangles, but it's really hard for me to get anything out of this. And last, I'd look to join these maps together and also to make it much bigger. When you have tiny maps like this, it's one, hard to navigate, and it really just doesn't look so good. When you have a large map, it really gets your attention and can be quite striking visually and really up the appeal of your visual. Make sure to download my free ebook, 21 Titles That Turn Your Tableau Charts into Data Stories, and register for my Analytic Stories interview series.